Okay, so let's go ahead and double check what we did yesterday and look at the review question. So first thing, let's start by looking at the review question that we have on the back board, and let's see how you did. So the question on the back board is this. What is the distance between 1, 2 and 3, 2? Okay. ¿Qué es la distancia entre 1, 2 y 3 y 2? Okay. So first, go ahead. The little box is going to pop up, and you need to put your answer in the box. Okay. Necesitas escribir tu respuesta en la caja. Okay, so let's see how you did. 1, 2, and 3, 2. 1 is in the X, as is 3. 2 is in the Y for both. So you need to look at which one is the same and which one is different. Necesitas pensar sobre cuál número es el mismo y cuál número es diferente. In this case, the 2 is the same. En este caso, 2 es el mismo. So I only need to look at 1 and 3. So I have 1 and I have 3. They are both positive. So that means if I were to plot these points on an axis or on a graph, 1, 2 would be here. And my second number, 3, 2, would be 3 over 2 up right there. So aquí es 1, 2, a la derecha 1 y arriba 2. Y este es 3, 2, a la derecha 3 veces y 2 arriba. Now I just have to see the distance. Ahora yo necesito encontrar la distancia. 1, 2, 1, 2. So the distance for this one is simply 2. Now I can also notice that 1 and 3 are on the same side of 0. Okay? 1 y 3 al mismo al lado de 0. Okay? They're both positive. Los dos son positivos. So I am going to take the 3 and the 1 and I'm going to subtract them. Voy a quitarlo y entonces este es 2. And then the answer is 2. So if you got 2, you were correct. Let's go ahead and try another one that's very similar, okay? Same thing, you're going to write what you think in the box. Okay? Ahora, tú vas a tratar un problema muy similar y necesitas escribir tu respuesta en la caja, okay? So let's start with, instead of 1, 2, and 3, 2, we're going to write 1, 2, and negative 3, 2. Okay, the first thing, and you can do this every time, is I'm going to draw it on my grid that we were using yesterday, okay? Y entonces cada vez tú puedes usar este gráfico desde ayer. So I still have 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2. But now I have negative 3, 2. That means I need to go 3 times to the left from 0. Yo necesito empezar a 0 y necesito ir 3 veces a la izquierda. And then up 2. Now, if I draw it, lo siento. Sorry. If I draw it, I can just count. Si yo estoy dibujando, yo puedo contar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer for this one would be 4. Okay? But maybe I don't want to count them. I want to look for the algorithm or a way to find it without drawing and counting. Okay? So my 2 is the same. Dos es el mismo. 1 and negative 3 are different. 1 y negativo 3 son diferentes. So those are the numbers I'm going to worry about. But this time, they're not on the same side of 0. Ahora, estos números no son al mismo lado de 0. They go on the other side. So 1 is on this side, 1 es on este lado, and negative 3 is on this side, y negativo 3 es on el otro lado. So I can't just subtract them. Yo no puedo quitarlo. Instead, I'm going to find their distance from 0. Yo voy a encontrar la distancia entre 0. So, distance is never negative. Remember, distance never negative. ¿Recuerdas? Distancia no es negativo. So, I'm going to find the absolute value of 1 and the absolute value of negative 3. Necesito encontrar el valor absoluto por 1 y negativo 3. Y este es 1, that's 1, because the distance from 0 is 1. This one changes to 3. So that means it would take me 1 space to get to 0. Eso significa que yo necesito un espacio a 0. And from this one, from negative 3, it's 3 more spaces. Y negativo 3 es 3 más espacios. So I'm going to add them. Yo voy a sumarlos. And 1 plus 3 equals 4. So if the numbers are on the same side, either they're both positive or they're both negative, I can find their absolute value and subtract. If they are on the other side, I need to find the absolute values and add. Okay? Y entonces, si los números son, están en el mismo lado de 0, necesitas encontrar el valor absoluto de los dos números y necesitas quitarlos. Si los números hayan diferente lado de 0, tú necesitas encontrar el valor absoluto, pero esta vez necesitas sumarlo. Okay? So go ahead and let's look at what we did yesterday. Okay? So in your book, so go ahead and get out your book if you don't already have it. Please open it back up to the page that we left off on. So let's start with 22. Okay? Necesitas abrir tu libro y necesitas buscar la página 22. We already finished this page, so we're going to look at the next page. Okay? We're going to look at page 23. We already did all of part 1, and that's where we kind of got in mixed places. So let's go ahead and just review what we did using the got it, okay? Y entonces nosotros vamos a revisar que estábamos haciendo ayer, y entonces nosotros vamos a empezar a 23, y entonces vamos a buscar a este problema otra vez. Okay, so we're going to look at this problem again. What is the distance between the points 4, 2 and 4, negative 2? You might want to have this page to help you. Okay, y entonces, ¿qué es la distancia entre este punto y este punto? You need to write your answer in the box. Okay, necesitas escribir tu respuesta en la caja. Okay, so let's go ahead and look. We can actually draw the points. So I'm going to go back to this, and I'm just going to erase that. And I'm going to go ahead and draw the points. So I have 4, 2, and 4, negative 2. Yo voy a dibujar 4, 2. Es aquí. It's right there. So 4, 2, a la derecha 4 y arriba 2. And negative, I have to make sure I'm using the right number, sorry, 4, negative 2. 4, negative 2. So, a la derecha 4, pero abajo 2. Okay? Now when I draw it, it makes it really easy. I can just count how many spaces are in between, and I see I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Y entonces si yo estoy dibujando mis puntos es muy fácil porque yo puedo dibujar mis puntos y entonces yo puedo contar y entonces yo tengo 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but let's go ahead and use our other system. So I'm going to look at which number is the same. ¿Cuál número es el mismo? 4 y 4. Estos son los mismos. These are the same. So I need to look at the 2 and the negative 2. Okay? So if they're on the same side, if they're both positive or they're both negative, I'm going to find their absolute value and subtract. Si los dos números están negativos o los números, los dos son positivos, yo voy a encontrar el valor absoluto y entonces yo voy a quitarlo. If I have one positive and one negative, I'm going to find the absolute value and add. Pero si yo tengo un positivo y el otro es negativo, yo voy a encontrar el valor absoluto y entonces yo voy a sumarlo. Okay, so let's look at this one. I have 2 and negative 2. Tengo 2 y negativo 2. So think to yourself, what do I need to do? If you said I need to start by finding the absolute value of them both, you're correct. So the absolute value, the distance from 0, el valor absoluto, la distancia de 0, is 2 and 2. Now I have to think, do I add them or do I subtract them? Y entonces necesitas quitarlos or necesitas sumarlos. One is positive and this one started negative. So they are opposite. So I need to add them. Okay? Y ese es positivo y realmente negativo 2 es negativo y entonces una es positiva y la otra es negativa y entonces yo necesito sumarlo. Y entonces 2 más 2, 2 plus 2 is 4. Y entonces esta es mi respuesta. Okay, what do you think? Easy peasy? All right, let's go ahead and then go ahead and move on. So now we're going to actually try and put this into practice. Y ahora nosotros vamos a buscar a las problemas donde nosotros necesitamos practicar. Okay, so it says, your cousin rides the subway to work. Okay, his trip is shown on the plane. Each grid line represents one block. So let's first make sure we understand. Your cousin rides the subway to work. Okay, y entonces tu primo va a usar subway. Y ese es un tipo de tren a su trabajo. Esta es información esta información es importante, pero este es porque tú necesitas tener una razón por este problema. Okay, so this information is important, but it's mainly just the reason for the problem. So it's not really something I need to worry about. His trip is shown on the coordinate plane. This right here is the coordinate plane, okay, el plano cartesiano, okay? Each grid represents one block, okay? So this is 1, 1, 1, 1, uno, 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 okay? That's all that's telling me. So I want to know, what is the distance? So let's look at what's important. What is so each one is one block. Ese es importante. What is the distance, que es la distancia, between the start and station 1? Que es la distancia entre donde tú vas a empezar, es aquí, y estación 1, okay? Go ahead and see what you think. Type your answer in the box. Okay, let's go ahead and see. I can just count. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yo puedo contar 1, 2, 3, 4. Because each box is 1, porque cada caja es igual a 1, la respuesta es 4. The answer is 4. If each box was 2, si cada caja es igual a 2, I would count 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. But they're not. They're each worth 1. Okay. What is the distance between distance, station 1, and the end? Okay, ahora tú necesitas encontrar la distancia entre estación 1 y donde él va a terminar. The end. End of termining. Okay, so now I'm going to erase this because it's so messy. And I want you to think about what is the distance, okay? Tú necesitas pensar sobre qué es la distancia y necesitas escribir tu respuesta en la caja. And then you need to think about what is the distance, and then you need to write what you think the answer is in the box. Okay, go ahead and figure it out, and then put your answer in, and then continue. Okay, necesitas decidir tu respuesta, necesitas escribirlo, y entonces tú necesitas continuar. Okay, so let's count. Distance from station 1 and the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Now let's look at this without counting the boxes. Okay, so if I don't want to draw a picture, how can I find this? Si yo no quiero dibujar, ¿cómo puedes encontrar la respuesta? Let's go ahead and look at the first one. Start and station 1, donde tú vas a empezar, y estación 1. They're on the same side. This one is 10 and this one is 6. They're both positive. So I find the absolute value, y entonces yo voy a buscar este es 10 y este es 6. Los dos números son positivos, y entonces yo necesito encontrar el valor absoluto. Y yo tengo 10 y yo tengo 6. I have 10, lo siento, y 6. Because they're both positive, if they're both positive or both negative, I'm going to subtract them. Si los números son positivos o los dos son negativos, yo voy a quitarlos. Y 10 menos 6 is igual a 4. 10 minus 6 equals 4. Now let's use that strategy for this one. I have station 1, estación 1 es 6. El término es negativo 4. Okay, but the end is negative 4. First thing, I always find the absolute value. La primera cosa, yo necesito encontrar el valor absoluto. So, I find the absolute value of 6 and the absolute value of negative 4. Sorry, that was my phone. That one is 6 and this one is 4. Now I have to decide, do I add or do I subtract? Necesitas sumar or necesitas quitar? Because this one is positive, porque 6 es positivo, and negative 4 is negative, y negativo 4 is negativo, the signs are different, símbolos son diferentes, y entonces yo necesito sumar. Y entonces 4 más 6 es igual a 10. ¿Fácil? Okay, now look at this one. This time, we're not going to draw it. If you need to draw it on this page, you can. Si tú necesitas dibujar a esta página, tú puedes, okay? But I'd like you to try it without. Pero necesitas tratar este sin esta si tú puedes. Go ahead. When you think you have your answer, write it in the box, okay? Necesitas pensar, y cuando tú tienes tu respuesta, necesitas escribir tu respuesta en la caja. Okay, now let's go ahead and see how you did. So negative 3, 2. Dos, dos. 2, 2. What is the distance between these 2 points? ¿Qué es la distancia entre esos dos puntos? Okay, 2 and 2 are the same. 2 y 2 son los mismos. Y entonces yo voy a buscar negativo 3 y 2. I'm going to look at negative 3 and 2. The first thing, la primera vez, I need to find the absolute value. Necesito encontrar el valor absoluto. Negativo 3 es 3. 2 es 2. Okay? Now, I'm almost there. I have to decide, do I add or do I subtract? Okay? In this case, I'm going to add. Think about why. Okay? En este caso, yo voy a sumarlo. Necesitas pensar sobre por qué. I'm going to add because they start with different symbols. Okay, yo voy a sumarlo porque los números son diferentes símbolos. Okay, they're different symbols. Este es negativo y este es positivo. This is negative and this is positive. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. So the answer equals 5. Let's go ahead and double check it. So I have negative 3, 2. A la izquierda 3 veces y 2 arriba. Y mi segundo número, my second number is, 2, 2. No. Yeah, 2, 2. Okay, y entonces mi segundo número es 2, 2. Y entonces a la derecha 2 es arriba 2. Oh, lo siento. To the right 2 and up 2. And I'm going to count and check my work. Oh, no. Sorry. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yo voy a soltar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 veces. So 5 times. So my answer is 5. Okay? What do you think? Did you get it right? All right. Now we're going to try one more thing with this. So we started off by graphing. Then we looked at finding the distance without a graph. Okay, now we're going to use it to look at finding the shape of things and how much you would need to buy. Okay, so let's look at this example. A lot of words. En este ejemplo hay muchas palabras. Y entonces necesitas decidir qué es importante en este problema y cuál números y cuál información no es importante. Okay, you need to think about what in this problem, what numbers are important, and what in this problem is not important. So not information that I need to worry about. So it says a city planner is using a coordinate plane. Okay, un planeador va a usar un plano cartesiano to plan a new city park. Y él va a planear un parque nuevo en la ciudad. The 4 corners, los 4 esquinas of a rectangular dog park, de un parque por perros rectangular, will be located at. Okay. La primera cosa que yo voy a hacer es yo estoy buscando por números importantes. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm looking for important numbers. So I see by looking at this information that I have a coordinate plane. Yo tengo un plano cartesiano. It's rectangular. Yo tengo un rectangular. Es rectangular. And there are 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4 puntos. I want to know what is the area. ¿Qué es el área? Remember, for area, I'm doing base times height or length times width. So if I have a rectangle, si yo tengo un rectángulo, yo voy a multiplicar los dos lados. I'm going to multiply the 2 sides. 2 por 4, 2 times 4. The area is 8. So I need to use these points to find the area. Okay, yo necesito dibujar los 4 puntos y necesito encontrar el área de este rectángulo. Okay, so I need to find the 4 points, make a rectangle, and find the area of the park. Okay, so first thing, pause the video and put the points on the graph. Okay, tú necesitas pausar el video y necesitas dibujar los puntos a mi gráfico. Okay, and then go ahead and check your work. Okay, so I have -3 is here and up 1. I have negative, so that's A. Sorry, it's hard to do on my little graph. Okay, here are my points. Aquí hay mis puntos. Okay, so I have -3, 1. A la izquierda 3 veces y arriba 1. I went 3 to the left and up 1. Then I had -3, 8. Yo tengo -3, 8. 3 veces a la izquierda, 3 times to the left, and up 8 y arriba 8. Then I have 5, 8. So 5 is in between 4 and 6. Y entonces yo tengo 5 a la derecha y 8 arriba. So I went 5 over, 8 up, and that's C. And now I have 5, 1, 5, 1. Remember, you can always pause my video and check your work and redo, okay? Tú recuerdas que tú puedes pausar mi video y tú puedes tratar esto otra vez. Okay, so now I want this side, so I need to find this line here, and I need to find the area, okay? So I can count or I can do the math. Yo puedo contar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can look at that and count, and I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in between, so AB, la recta AB is equal to 7. The line AB is equal to 7. Now I'm going to do the same for D. I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait, let me check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yo puedo contar y yo tengo 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it's a little hard to see on mine. Es un poco difícil. Okay, now, so I have 7. Okay, so right here, so I have 7 on this side. I'm sorry, that's not AB. Yeah, that's right. So on this side, I have 7. And when I'm looking between A and D, okay, now that one is going to be 8. Okay, so now when I count that, I have 8. Now I can multiply, and I have 7 and 8. To find the area, I'm going to do 7 times 8. So the answer is 56. And I'm going to put unit squared because I'm not sure what the unit is. And so we always do unit squared. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this same problem instead of drawing it out. Okay. So I'm going to erase some of this work so it's not so messy. Okay. I'm going to look at these points. So the first thing I need to see, I need to find AB. Well, A, I'm looking at 1 and 8. So the absolute value of 1 and the absolute value of 8. Y entonces yo necesito buscar por A la recta AB. -3 son los mismos y 1 y 8. Yo necesito encontrar el valor absoluto. Okay, so I have 1 and 8. Because they're both positive, porque los dos números son positivos, yo voy a quitarlo. I'm going to subtract, and that still equals 7. Now I need to look. If I did CD, I would still get 7, but I don't need that side because I'm not finding the perimeter, I'm finding the area. I need AD. So I look at A, B. So I have negative 3, 1, and 5, 1. Now the 1s are the same, and I have negative 3 and 5. So I find the absolute value of negative 3 and the absolute value of 5. That gives me 3 and that gives me 5. Porque yo tengo 1 y 1 son los mismos, yo necesito buscar negativo 3 y 5 y yo necesito encontrar el valor absoluto. Because one is negative and one is positive, I'm going to add them. Porque uno de los números negativos es negativo y lo otro es positivo, yo voy a sumarlo y entonces este es 8. Y entonces yo tengo 8 y yo tengo 7. Okay, and then I have 8 and 7. So yo voy a multiplicar. I'm going to multiply, and that gives me 556. Okay, go ahead and look at this one. This one is a little tricky. Okay, so try it, draw it, and then before I even do that one, what would happen if I had to find the perimeter? So if I had to do the area, which is what the problem asked, I would do 7 times 8. But if it said, what is the perimeter of the dog park? Remember that perimeter, I have to add all the sides. Si yo tengo la palabra perimeter, tú necesitas sumar todos de los lados. Y entonces este es 8, y entonces este es 8. If this is 8, this is 8. If this is 7, this is 7. Si este es 7, este es 7. Okay, so now I would add them. 8 plus 7 plus 7 plus 8. 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 plus 15 is equal to 30. The U is the unit. The U es unidad. Okay? Y 8 más 7 es 15. 7 más 8 es 15 otra vez. 15 más 15 es igual a 30. Y entonces U es por mi unidad, como metros o cosas como esto. Okay? But in this case, I wanted area. Okay, now I want you just to try this one. Okay, so read through it and then try this one. Okay, give it your best shot, put what answer you think, and then you can continue the video. Okay, y entonces tú necesitas tratar este problema y está bien si tú no tienes la respuesta buena. Tú necesitas tratar y entonces necesitas escribir tu respuesta en la caja y después de este tú puedes checar tu respuesta y tú puedes continuar el video. Okay? A right triangle has its vertices at -3, 4, -3, 7, and 5, 4. So the first thing I like to do is I can actually draw it on here. La primera cosa que yo me gusta hacer es si yo puedo dibujar si yo quiero. I can draw it if I want to, and you can do that for every problem. I want to think, okay, a right triangle has a right angle. And I know, in this case, that -3 and -3, so this would be -3, 4, and this would be -3, 7. And then this one over here would be 5, 4. If I drew that on here, I could do that as well. And I would have something very similar. Okay, so I would still have, sorry, I can't remember my numbers, -3, 4, -3, 7, -3, 4, and -3, 7. And then I would have, I believe it's 5, 4, yeah. Then I would draw 5, 4, sorry, which would be 5, 4. Now I can just count, and I have this little right triangle right here. It's the same thing. Okay, so now I've got 1, 2, 3. Yo tengo 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 3 and 8. Let's see if I get the same thing using the other way. Okay, so yo tengo que buscar estos números. Yo tengo negativo 3, negativo 3. I see I have negative 3, negative 3. So I'm going to look at the 7 and the 4. I'm going to find their absolute value. Yo voy a encontrar el valor absoluto otra vez. And I have 7 and 4. Because they're both positive, porque los dos números son positivos, I'm going to subtract, and that's going to give me 3, which is the same answer that I got when I counted. Esa es la misma respuesta cuando yo estaba contando. Okay? Now let's look at the other one. So now I'm going to look at this way. I have going the other direction. I have negative 3, 5, negative 3, 4, and 5, 4. Yo tengo negativo 3, 4, y 5, 4. These are the same. So now I have 5, and I have negative 3. I find the absolute value, 3 and 5. Yo voy a encontrar el valor absoluto. And I have 3, and I have 5. This one's negative, and this one's positive. Este es negativo, y este es positivo. So I am going to add them. Y entonces tengo que sumarlo. So I have 8. So now I would think, oh, maybe I'll multiply them. That's what I did on the other one. En el otro problema, nosotros estuvimos multiplicando. But this was a rectangle, pero este es un rectángulo. I need to use what the problem tells me. 1/2 base times height. So ahora tengo que hacer el algoritmo que yo tengo en la problema. Okay, so 1/2 medio de times or of 3 times 8. Well, 3 por 8, 3 times 8 is 24. And 1/2 times, or 1/2 of 24 is 12. Y entonces esa es mi respuesta. Okay, so 1/2 times 24. Remember that times is of. Recuerdas que cuando tú estás multiplicando fracciones, cuando tú tienes multiplicación, es de. 1/2 of 24 is 12. So recuerdas, cuando tú tienes un cuadrado o tú tienes un rectángulo, tú vas a multiplicar los números solamente. If you have square or a rectangle, you're going to only multiply them. But if you have a triangle, si tú tienes un triángulo, you're going to multiply and then cut it in half or divide by 2, okay? Pero si tú tienes un triángulo, tú vas a multiplicar los dos números y necesitas cortar esto en dos partes o tú necesitas dividir entre dos, okay? So that is this